Okay, so if you're using Lumion, these are the steps you're gonna need to take. I separated my screen in two parts, one for Revit and one for Lumion. Um, if you're using Lumion 8.3, you would have the live sync option, which I would recommend you to use, like I explained in class. Or if you don't, if you have 8.0 or 7.0 Lumion version, you can just open up a 3D view and then click here to export your file, and then you can choose the surface smoothing. This means, for example, the rounded parts of your project, um, for example, the back roof right here. So depending, if you choose low, you are probably going to see like a polygon here instead of a rounded surface. However, if you go too high, your file might be too large. So for this homework, you can go with normal and select the geometry optimization. And then you just click export and then choose where you want to save your file. And then you would have to go here to Lumion and basically just open your file using Lumion. Okay, or what you can do is you can click on the play button here to start live sync. So it takes a while, but okay, there we go. We have our project here, and what it means is in Revit, for example, let's go to the front of my building. If I create a wall here, for example, like this should show up here in Lumion. There we go, it's right here. So this is a very good advantage of using the live sync. Okay, so for now I'm just gonna delete it. Let's go to Lumion. Okay, so now you're here in Lumion. First thing, when you open Lumion, uh, your Lumion software, you have these options here. So you can just click here to go to um, a plane terrain, let's say, and you can navigate here. Here are the files you can open. Here is the build part where you actually you don't model, but you just edit your scene. And here's the photo part where you take pictures and where you see creator videos. And this is a 360-degree picture where you can take and use like a virtual reality glass. Okay, so let's click here in objects, and then you see that we have our building here. You choose this option to change the height, and then you can just keep on going until you see that it barely goes up. Yes, just like this. Okay, in our case we see that we don't have the grass here, but this is not a problem for an Lumion because we can just edit the material here. So let's go step by step here, and I will explain you guys how to use it. Okay, you can change the weather. Down here you can change the sun direction. So what we usually do, we want sun in the front of our building. So I'm just gonna let's leave somewhere like this, and the sun height. Okay, let's do a day scene, and let's move up here. So this is the amount of cloud you might want in your project, and the sunlight. Okay, and the landscape. This is an interesting tool. Well, in Lumion you can edit the terrain, so you have a few options here. In our case we'll just use the height, the street map, and the grass option. You can click here and you see that how the terrain is changing. You can change the brush size and the brush speed. For example, let's make it faster, and let's make it go down now. See, it went down faster. Okay. Alright, for the grass option, you can, if you activate, it might be a little bit harder to navigate, but then you will see the grass in your project. Okay, and now it looks kind of bad because the grass is going over the pavement. So what we need to do is we need to move our project a little bit up again. So let's go back to objects and let me move this up. Okay, just like that. Oh yeah, and you can use the keys to navigate. You see it here in the right. Okay, so just take a look at that and see how you navigate in Lumion. Okay, so after I do that, let me go back down again. I'll press E to go down, or if you press Q, you go up, E, you go down, W, you go forward, S backwards, A and D sideways. And if you select just space and press, for example, I'm pressing W going forward, it's going slow. If I don't select anything, it's going like in a medium velocity. If I hold shift, it's going fast, and if I hold shift and space, it goes very fast. Okay, so this is my grass now, going back to where we were, and the landscape. Okay, so my grass now activated. To make it a little bit more real, it's up to you if you want to increase the grass wilderness. Okay, the grass height. Let's increase just a little bit the size. So you can play around with this and see how it better fits for you. Okay, so for now I'll leave the grass off just so it gets easier to navigate. It's not so large or heavy, let's say. Okay, and the street map. Okay, so let's turn it on, and it takes a while. Let's wait for it. Okay, and it shows a message. It's a beta version. Okay, so now you can see, you can click here, pick a GPS coordinate. Okay, and then you can move this. So you can move this wherever you want. So let's say I want to move to Tuscaloosa, to the quad. Let's try to see where it is. Okay, now that I've placed my building, I can click Start Download, and it downloads the map, as you can see here. Alright. So we see that it's all gray. To change this a little bit, what I'll do is I'll move my object up just a little bit more. Oops, this is moving. No, I want to move it up. Alright. Okay. And then what I can do is go here to landscape and change the height of my grass. Oops, this is too much. Go down again. Press speed and increase the brush size. And go up. And you can just create some grass around your project. Okay. Alright, let's see, brush size. A little bit like this. And you can just put some, let's say, some grass around your project. So you gotta be careful to not put grass on your actual project right here on the street. So you need to keep on playing with it till you find the right balance. But anyways, so this is how you use OpenStreetMap, and then you can edit the height of the buildings, I believe. change appearance, you can change the let me take out the roads. Okay, buildings, minimal height. Let's put more or less the size of our buildings, and we can make it a little bit random. Okay, alright. Then if you go to the materials tab, this is something very good in Lumion. As soon as you click it, you need to select the material you want to change. So let's change this gray thing here there that was supposed to be our grass. As soon as you click here, you have a bunch of options here. Custom, indoor, nature, outdoor. So there's this option here, landscape, where you can turn this into the grass of your project, just like we did now. Okay, so let's say I want to change the asphalt. So I can click here, outdoor, let's say asphalt, and just give a color for it, how you want. And then remember, you need to click save after. Okay, so that's basically how we do it. You can change also the sidewalk if you want, outdoor, concrete, let's say one of this kind. Okay. Okay, and this is how you change your materials in Lumion. Okay, so to place objects, this is one of the most important tools of Lumion, where you can insert different types of objects. For example, if you click nature here, and then as soon as you click it, you have the options of selecting your object. So you can click here, there are like tons of trees, of plants, and you can select which one you would like to insert. For example, let's click here on the flower, then you can keep on searching, for example this one. So let's say placed this flower right here. So there are a couple options here too that you can play with it. You can move, and then remember that you have to, as soon as you click here, you need to drag this little circle that shows up here. You can change the height, okay, going up and down. You can size the object, like scale it, okay, and you can also rotate. To delete an object, you click here, trash object, and then you click on it. Okay, so this is how you do it. You can also insert people here. For example, let's get someone that's walking. For example, this guy's walking. I'm putting him over here. Okay, and I will rotate him and make him face this way. Okay, so after you have your whole scene here, to take pictures it's fairly easy. You just click here, and then you position your camera where you want. You see that you can rotate with your right button, and then as soon as you click with your right button, you have these lines that divide your picture into 3 parts. As we've seen in class, the rule of the thirds. So this is how you can place it around here, just anywhere you want. For example, let's put it somewhere here, and let's try to put the corners of the building in these lines, more or less like this. Okay, and then you can click New Smart Camera, and to go to the second one, you click on the second one, and just move around how you want. For example, if I want to picture it from above, let me go far away, more close, like this. There's a small trick that you can go far away, then the focal length you can change here and go closer. Okay, so if I go far away, I can select this option here, then this would be the view of my camera. I can click store. Okay, so let's say I took all of the pictures I want to render. You just click here, render photos. In our case, desktop might be more than enough, and then I just click here to render. Okay, so you can create, let's say, sets of pictures that you want. If you want to go back, just click here to build. Okay, and this is where I place my building. Here is the stadium, the quad. Okay, let's move down again. Okay, so let's say I want to create a video now. How do I do it? Oops. So I click here, movie, and then you're going to click record. Okay, and then your movie is actually a lot of pictures. Actually, a sequence of pictures. So we just click on clicking, just keep on clicking the pictures. So you see here is your clip duration. Okay, so just go around the building real quick to show you guys how to use it. Okay, and after you're done, you click back. Okay, so let's see how our video looks like. You click play and it's going to run for you. So as you can see, this is a much easier way to visualize your videos and your scene in Lumion than it is in Revit. Okay. Also, I think the materials you have in Lumion are better than the ones you can get in Revit with the same effort you put in, the same amount of time you spend working on it. Okay, let's pause now. Okay, that's good. If you want to add some effects, you should click here, Add Effect. And then there are a lot of effects you can use. Some of them that I would recommend, the move, and you can choose wind. For example, input the wind and the wind string. If you have a tree here, you will see your tree going back and forth because of the wind. So there are tons of effects you can use. And one of the effects I mentioned for extra points is the sound. Okay, here it's grayed out because it says entire movie only. Okay, you click edit, exit, sorry, and then you see that here is not the entire movie. Here is just one movie that you created. For the entire movie, you should click here. Now you add effect, and it's available. Okay. Alright, and then after you're finished, click render movie. In our case, we'll be selecting the 3 stars, 25 frames per second, and render. It should take about I don't know, 2 hours, depending, or 1.5 depending on your computer. And one more effect that I would like to mention is the move. And we click on edit, and you see this guy right here. So you see this move, this arrow is the start position, and this arrow is the end position. Okay, so I'll get this guy over here. This is the end position, sorry, start position. If I click on the end position, I will drag this guy. Oops, wait, start position. And then, oh yeah, sorry. We click end position, and then we can move. To move it, you need to click here. Then you can move him. Let's say one, and make him go this way, back. So let's play the movie, and now the guy's walking, as you can see. So you can use the same technique for cars. So it will not work if you have cars from Revit, what you will need to do is go back to build and then transport, and then you click here. Then there are tons of cars you can choose to put in here, alright? And so it also gets easier to insert um, any scene elements you want, for example, rocks, even butterflies, people, animals like birds flying around, or dogs, somebody walking a dog. Um, and so basically this is it for Lumion. So if you guys want to explore more effects of movie and rendering, feel free. As it's stated in the homework, you'll get extra points for it.